welcome to Storyteller Stitchery YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. I am the founder and dyer behind Storyteller Stitchery. We are a hand-dyed yarn and fibre arts business. So all of our colorways are inspired by stories from books, so characters or adventures or places in books. And also a couple of the colorways are inspired by stories from nature and place. So particularly I have a couple inspired by Arizona, which is where I live, in the Arizona desert. So Storyteller Stitchery has, like I say, a range of fibre arts related products. I am a knitter, obviously dyer. I'm the dyer behind Storyteller Stitchery products. I also enjoy spinning and just generally, you know, dabbling in different fibre arts. So this is episode 4. I think I forgot to mention that earlier, but episode 4 of the Storyteller Stitchery YouTube channel. We've had a little bit of a break, so my goal has been to record a video kind of updates and sharing behind the scenes every week, but it's been like a month since I recorded the last one, so I'll get into a little bit of what's been going on. Most of it's been really good fun stuff that's taken up time, like, you know, different events that we've been to and things like that. But yeah, my plan for today is to get into a little bit of what we've been up to behind the scenes. I have some fun new stuff that I want to share with you from Storyteller Stitchery and from other places related to fibre arts that we've you know, met folks at events and kind of bought some things. So and then I have some two projects I'm currently working on, and I'm going to share some progress on that. So yeah, today's just going to be kind of chatting about you know, fun stuff that's been going on and looking ahead at what's coming. I should say up front, because I do plan to do a whole video on one of the events that we were just at, which was Arizona Fiber Festival. And it was just this really cool event that was organized by the Arizona Weavers Guild. Lots of vendors at the event that are from Arizona and from the Southwest. And just a really good, like, it was a fun event, but it was a really good collection of people. And I took a lot of footage at the event, kind of going around and seeing different vendors and the different booths that were there. And so I'm not going to go into all of that today, because I have, with it being a month since my last one, I think it would just make this one way too long. So I think the next video I put out will be once I've had a chance to edit and put together all of the footage from Arizona Fiber Festival. So it was the first event that's been organized by the Arizona Weavers Guild. So it was the first event. And like I said, it was just a lot of fun. So I kind of want to dedicate like a whole video to that, just showing, like I say, some of the different vendors that were there and some of the booths. So so that video will be coming. And then another video that I had mentioned in my last video in episode 3 was coming out of the spinning retreat, and I wanted to share about some of the breeds that we've been spinning and some of the information I'd learned about the breeds. I do still plan to do that. At the time I'd intended to do it like right away, but we're a month later and I haven't had a chance to record it yet. So I just wanted to say, for anybody who saw that and is wanting to have that video to kind of learn a little bit more about, you know, if you're into spinning and fibre arts and kind of sharing a little bit more about the breeds like that, my plan is still to get that one recorded probably in the next month, realistically. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share. I haven't forgotten about that. That is still my goal, just haven't got to it yet. All right, so yeah, so we talked about like the last few weeks. It's been jam-packed. I came home from the spinning retreat like right around a month ago, and just jumped into like lots of prepping for events. So the original plan was that I was going to go on this kind of month-long road trip, starting with Arizona Fiber Festival, which was in Camp Verde, Arizona, and then moving on to the Maker Festival in Loveland, Colorado, So we did that and then everything kind of fell apart after that. So the plan was from Loveland, my husband Paul was going to fly home. We'd taken the motorhome, and then I was going to drive the motorhome out to Chicago to attend YarnCon, and then have kind of a week and a half hanging out in Chicago in the motorhome, and then attend H&H. But if anybody follows my Instagram channel, you saw that I posted that I did not make it to YarnCon. So right after Loveland finished, like the very next day, I got sick, like hit a brick wall, like hit me out of the blue overnight after Loveland, and was just really sick with flu symptoms. And like that next day it became clear there's just no way that I was going to be able to drive anywhere, let alone start this kind of long road trip out to Chicago. So we changed plans completely. Paul didn't catch the flight, he just skipped the flight, and he drove us home, and I kind of lay on the sofa in the motorhome as he did the long haul 14-hour drive back. He was an absolute trooper. And then that honestly, that took me out for a whole week. Like I was so sick for a week. So it meant that I missed YarnCon, unfortunately, which I still am experiencing FOMO over. Like I was really looking forward to it, and really looking forward to being in Chicago. And I love, like, I'm an introvert by nature, but I'm this, like, I don't know, maybe everybody's the same. Like, I love meeting new people. I love going to events and meeting people, but then it's like afterwards I get really tired. But you know, I'm not the introvert that doesn't like to go places and meet people. Like I do. So anyway, I was really looking forward to being at YarnCon and meeting everybody. So that was a real shame. So I have definite FOMO over not having been there. But I do want to thank everybody who, because obviously I'd like dyed a bunch of fiber and yarn and like all of this stock ready for YarnCon. And so as a small business, like you prepare for an event, and then if it doesn't happen for some reason, that, you know, that can really, that has an effect. So we did run a free shipping promotion last weekend while YarnCon was happening, just so that anybody who was wanting to see us at YarnCon had the opportunity to shop from us and not pay extra for shipping. And so we did have new customers and new orders coming in, and also some existing customers like placing orders to support us and to shop and be able to get stuff while the free shipping promo was running. So we've not done that before, but it was really good, and I really appreciate everybody that placed an order and supported us. And because like I say, it does have an effect when you miss an event, but there just was absolutely no way I could have been there. I just got really sick. So anyway, that has meant that the kind of month-long road trip that we were supposed to be doing didn't happen. So I've been home now for like a little bit over a week, which is great because I'm like preparing for other events and things. So I am still going to be at H&H, so I'm booked a flight. So instead of being out in Chicago now, change of plans again, booked a flight, and so I'll be out there, and that's happening on May 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Really excited for that one. That's a trade show, so it's you know, people that are in kind of the crafts industry. It's not specifically fiber arts, it's also like quilting and sewing and just you know, the whole creative industry. So it'll be my first time going to an H&H event. I know they've run for a long time in Germany, and then the last year or two, I don't think it's that long in the US, but I don't know exactly how long. Anyway, super excited for it, really looking forward to meeting people there. So I have a booth at H&H Americas, so if you're going to be there and you want to come and say hi, I would love to meet you. I'm in booth 510, so 510. So yeah, super excited for that. So I wanted to share as well about the April colorway for Storyteller Stitchery Society. So the society is a monthly club that I basically choose a different book every month, and that acts as the theme for this kind of whole, you know, I put together this whole curated themed collection around it. So it's offered, the colorway, or the kind of club is offered on yarn, fibre, silk embroidery threads, and the option to add on tea. And so some people get, you know, maybe just yarn, or some get embroidery threads and tea, some get kind of a collection of 2 or 3, you know, or the whole thing. It is very customizable, so different folks get different things. But I put together this and kind of curate this theme inspired by a different book each month. So for April, it was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, so Victoria Schwab. And I'm going to put the mood board on the screen. So basically I choose the book, and then I start to think about how I'm inspired by the book. So sometimes it's very clear to me, like it's a particular character or a particular like moment or place in the book, or like some kind of trial. I also come up with a tea recipe, a tea cocktail recipe that is themed to the book. So if you choose to add on the tea with your membership, then the tea itself is kind of coordinating with the theme, and then everybody also receives a tea recipe that is a cocktail and a mocktail, so non-alcoholic version. So for April, the yarn is this one. So this is the colorway is named Addie, and it is on our new ballad base, which is 85% superwash merino and 15% mulberry silk. It's 100 gram skein, 246 yards, and it's this lovely kind of plump 2-ply. And the fiber is, let me just show you it twisted first so you can get it all on the screen. So this is the Addie fiber, the Addie colorway fiber for this month. This one is 100% merino, 19.5 microns, and it's a 4-ounce braid. I do different fiber every month, so one of the fun things about the club, aside from like the themed, you know, the fun theming every month, is trying different things. And so I do different fiber every single month, and so if you are a member and you get the fiber, it means that you get to try different breeds and spinning different fibers. And so yeah, and then for the embroidery threads, we have the silk. So these are 100% silk, so they're very, very soft, very drapey. So you get 5 skeins, it's 26 yards per color, so 26 yards times 5. And if I show you it all together, let's see if I can. I was really happy with this one. I mean, I loved the book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I wanted it to feel like sophisticated, and you know, I'm not going to give any spoilers if anybody hasn't read the book, but I can say, you know, she lives an immortal life, and so hundreds of years. I wanted to kind of have this like timeless, historic feel to it, but like I say, very like sophisticated, but also like the navy that we have, the kind of blue, deep blue that's running through, was representing Luke and the shadows and kind of, you know. So anyway, so that is April's Society collection. If you're interested in signing up for the Society, if you sign up before May 1st, you will receive May's parcel, May's kit. If you sign up on May 1st or later, then it will be June's kit. So basically, because of the lead time I need to like make and dye and kind of put together all of the different pieces for it, you have to sign up before the 1st of the month to receive that month's kit. So I should also say, with that, the tea for April with the Addie collection was the ginger pear tea, and the cocktail recipe is the ginger pear champagne cocktail. So Addie's drink of choice in the book is champagne, and so I knew immediately like I wanted to incorporate that into the cocktail for this month. So yeah, the recipe is the ginger pear champagne cocktail. Everybody receives the recipe whether you get the tea or not, but if you do have, you know, get the tea, then the recipe uses the tea in the kit. So yeah, that's Storyteller Stitchery Society for April. We do have some new changes coming for May, which I'm quite excited about. So from May onwards, every parcel will also include a themed, like, coordinated stitch marker. So I'm going to be making wooden stitch markers. So I mean, this is not a stitch marker, this is a tag. But I design and make the wooden laser cut tools and accessories and things like that. And so I'm going to start adding a themed stitch marker every month starting in May. Very excited. I've already got May's designed. Really excited for that one. So yeah, that's going to be a new addition that everybody's going to start getting in their kit. And also we're going to start doing a virtual meetup once a month. So for society members, I'm going to share the Zoom information, and it's just going to be super casual, like, you know, drop in, drop out whenever you want. But I just really want to have an opportunity for like dedicated like making time in the month, and for us to kind of come together and just hang out and have some time crafting. And so you might be working on spinning, you might be working on stitching, you might be knitting or crocheting, or you might bring a coloring book and some markers, like whatever you want it to be. It's just some kind of dedicated creative time. So I'm figuring out, I sent an email out to society members earlier this week asking for preferences on days and times, so we can I really want to in the next few days like finalize that date and get it out to members so that they can get it on their calendars. So yeah, that's another new, and so we're going to start doing that every month, just as the society grows and we have new members. Like, I want to keep adding and kind of, you know, growing and developing the benefits and, you know, the fun stuff. So I just absolutely love coming up with a new collection each month. And I mean, anybody who knows me knows I love a good theme. Like, I really do love a good theme. And so doing the yarn, the fiber, the embroidery threads, and then like the tea and the cocktail recipe, and now adding in the stitch marker, like it's very fulfilling creatively to come up with it, and especially the fact that it, you know, I mean, yarn and books and stationery are like my favorite things in the whole world. And so to be able to like roll this all into one and do this fun thing is absolutely like a dream come true for me. So I'm having the best time. So thank you for those of you that signed up and are along for the ride and enjoying getting your parcels each month and are joining me in this fun adventure. I really appreciate it. That you know, you're as excited about it as I am, and that you enjoy it, and we can kind of do this thing together, and it lets me have this creative outlet. Yeah, so anyway, let me know if you have any questions about the society, and either in the comments or, you know, tag me on Instagram, send me an email, whatever. But yeah, if you have any questions, because it's one of those things that, like, I share information that I think you'll want to know, but I sometimes have blinders on for some of the questions that everybody has, or some of the things that aren't clear. So if you let me know what questions you have, that's helpful. I can, you know, make sure to share that information in future. All right, so the next thing I want to share is I'm another thing I'm super excited about. So I have just put up in the online store, which is storytellerstitchery.com, and I'm gonna have that linked below as well. But I've just put a new advent calendar that I've launched that will ship by November 1st, and it is Adventures in Wonderland is the theme. So again, I love my theming. I love choosing a fun theme and kind of doing this whole like special curated thing around it. So I really struggled I had like a few different ideas for different themes I want to do, but I just thought this one will be a really, really fun one that I can do some awesome products and kind of monthly gifts around, daily gifts around. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So the advent calendar is a countdown calendar. So you can use it in the traditional way, kind of starting on December 1st with your last day December 25th, but there's nothing at all religious about it. And so you don't need to, you know, celebrate Christmas. You could just have it as kind of a 25-day either countdown for something, or just, you know, a little treat for yourself, daily something for 25 days, or open it all in one day if you want to. That would be a pretty good day. Anyway, there's 3 different options. I'm offering the yarn advent, fiber advent, so for my spinners, and then also yarn and fiber advent. So I'm going to break down the 3 different options. So the yarn advent will have 12 days of mini skeins, meaning 20 grams skeins of yarn, hand dyed exclusive colorways for this advent calendar. I'm going to do DK weight because I know myself, like how busy things get in December, and I love having an advent project, but I just find that if I'm trying to do something that is too big and overwhelming, or like fingering weight yarn, it tends to be more knitting time than I have with everything else that's going on in the month. And so I love a DK weight project because it just keeps it like a little bit more reasonable and manageable. And by having the yarn, doing 12 days of yarn, meaning every other day you'll open yarn, it just keeps it a lot more manageable to kind of work on the project through December. So there'll be 12 days of yarn, open one every other day. There is going to be a pattern that I'm designing to go with it, again all coordinated with the theme. So you'll have your pattern. If you want to do that, obviously you could use the yarn for anything you want. And then the other days, so like if day 1 is yarn, day 2 is going to be 12 days of self-care items. So self-care and tools, for lack of a better word. So think things like, you know, beautiful lotion or a candle or a mug. I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to be in it, but these kind of things, some lovely tea, as well as, you know, stitch markers and like little tools and things that you can use in your crafting. So there'll be something to open every day from the 1st to the 25th. So day 1 through 24, it will alternate yarn and some other lovely gift like a self-care thing or a tool. And then day 25 for the yarn option will be 100-gram skein of yarn, again dyed in an exclusive colorway for the advent calendar. All right, that is the yarn option. The fiber option is very similar, but instead of the 20-gram skein, mini skein of yarn, you will get 12 days of a 1 ounce dyed fiber braid. So for example, this is 4 ounces, which is more than a typical 100-gram skein of yarn. So just for context, so every day that you open a fiber package, and it will be structured the same as the yarn, every other day you'll get 1 ounce of hand dyed fiber, and then you'll get the same self-care items and treats and tools as the yarn subscription. So the only difference between the yarn and fiber is either yarn or fiber, but everything else, so if it's mug, lotion, stitch markers, those things will be the same in both kits. So then the third option, you get yarn and fiber and the self-care and tools and other items. Just to recap on the fiber, 12 days of 1 ounce fiber. On day 25 you will get a full 4 ounce braid to open in an exclusive colorway for the advent. So if you choose yarn, then the 12 days that you're opening yarn and fiber, you'll be opening a 20 gram skein and a 1 ounce braid of fiber, and on day 25 you'll be opening a 4 ounce braid and a 100 gram skein of yarn. These are not the advent ones, these are just the ones that I have that I'm holding up just to show kind of for context, I guess, but these are not the actual colors. So I hope that makes sense. I've got it on a lot more information on the website. If you have any questions about the advent calendar, let me know, but I am super excited for this one. I really wanted to put together a fun advent that just felt really special and really like every day is just an exciting little treat to open, but that also feels like manageable, a manageable project and manageable crafting for you to do in the month of December. So yeah, that's online in the store now. That's going to be up, I think, until July 1st, and then I'm going to take it down at that point, because obviously it's going to be, I need a long lead time to dye all of the yarn and the fiber and put together and kind of buy all of the different pieces that'll make up the advent. So that's going to be up, I think, until July 1st, unless there's like a lot of demand coming in really quickly. Like I do need to cut it off, like it does need to be a manageable amount, so there's a chance it'll come down earlier than that, but I do think it'll be up until July 1st. But I just, I can't guarantee that, it depends. So yeah, that is the advent calendar. Let's see what else. So I did want to share about 2 new bases that we have in the store. So if you saw us at Arizona Fiber Festival or in Loveland, Colorado at Makerfest, you did see these bases. I had them at these events. But we have 2 new bases. One is a DK base, and it's actually the one that I use. So I like to, when I'm doing my society memberships, I like to on my society clubs, I like to, the new stuff share with them. And so if you are a society member, you already have a skein of it, because it's what I used for the Addy colorway. But it's called Ballad, and it is 85% superwash merino, 15% mulberry silk, and it's just this lovely, this is the cottage core colorway. And it's just, I just grabbed a skein, and this happens to be it. Actually, this one is also Ballad. So that's the Peter Rabbit color from the Beatrix Potter collection. So you can see it's just a really lovely, like, plump, yarn, and then with the silk, it's lovely and soft. It has a nice kind of squish to it. So yeah, new DK weight. And then the other new base that we added is the Odyssey base. And so this one is 80% superwash merino, 20% alpaca. So with that alpaca, it's very drapey. And it also has a lovely shine to it. This one's also 2-ply, and this one is 191 yards to 100 grams. It's worsted weight. So this colorway is the Tailor of Gloucester from the Beatrix Potter collection. And I did start a new project in that one, which I can share with you. So this is, it's just a little kid's sweater or jumper, depending on if you're American or British. But I am at this point, so you cast on up at the neck, and then it has this really cute little kind of split neck. And stockinette down to this little garter ridge hem, and so I've only knitted the front. It's a split hem, and then the next thing I need to do is knit the back, a couple of ridges or a couple of rows of garter stitch to match the front, so both will have this garter stitch ribbing, it's not ribbing, hem. I'm losing words. Anyway, so yeah, and then I need to knit the sleeves. So this one's close to being done. I didn't get any knitting done for the whole week that I was sick, unfortunately, because I just didn't have it in me. So progress kind of slowed because of that. But one of the questions that I was getting at the Loveland event was, so both of the new bases that we have, let's see which one shows it the best. It's this one. I think you can see. So it's a 2-ply, but it's quite a plump 2-ply. And so some folks were wondering like how it knits up, like does it knit up textured because of the 2-ply? So I think you can see there, and so the answer is it doesn't knit up textured at all. So you can see there in the stitches, and obviously this is not blocked. But it doesn't knit up textured is the answer. So this pattern is called Mithril, and it's by Lisa Kemery. And it's from her Hobbits collection, and it's inspired by in Lord of the Rings the shirt, which is a strong it's called Mithril chain shirt, and so it's like a strong, almost like armor that Bilbo gave to Frodo. And so the sample that she has knitted in the pattern is a beautiful silver color, and I was really tempted to knit it in Wolf Shadow to be the same. So our Wolf Shadow colorway, I don't think I have one to hand, but it's a beautiful silver, and so I was tempted to do it the same. Anyway, I didn't. I did it in the Tailor of Gloucester because I just wanted it in the green. But this section up here with the detail around the neck is what makes it like reminiscent of the Lord of the Rings Mithril shirt. So anyway, I just think it's a super cute pattern, and I'll link below to the pattern in Ravelry. So yeah, so I've been working on that. That one's almost done. And then the other project I've been working on, which I've not made a lot of progress on, is this one. So this is going to be the V-neck sweater, and it's the Dartmoor sweater V-neck by Kaidri. So this one is in the color Love Good, and I'm almost done with the ribbing at the bottom. And this one is a skein of our Mythic base, which is the Aran Weight British Blueface Leicester, and a skein of Romance, which is Suri alpaca and silk. And so holding them together to create this like lovely fuzzy haloed fabric. So yeah, almost done with the hem, and then obviously I have the sleeves to knit, and then coming in and picking up and knitting the ribbing for the v-neck. And the back, it has this lovely I-cord detail at the shoulders. So there's the back. So yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. In fact, let me, because I'm like holding it right up to the camera, let me do this. See if that helps. So it's going to be just a lovely cozy v-neck sweater. So I was hoping to have it done by now, but I was kind of working on it up until I cast on up until I cast on that little Mithril sweater, and then I've just been working on that little Mithril sweater. But yeah, both of them should be done before too long. And both of them, I'm having a lot of fun with both of them. So I don't have any finished objects, but one of the things I want to share, which is something that I got at the Loveland Festival, the Maker Festival in Loveland, Colorado. So opposite us was a booth by called Lemonwood, and so they are based out of Tucson, Arizona, and they sell these awesome little yarn minders. And so it's this beautiful soft leather, and you can, you know, hang it from your wrist, and then you can it just hangs there while you're knitting, or you could kind of hang it from something like a lamp or a, you know, whatever's kind of next to you, and then as you knit, you know, you have the yarn just kind of unwinds like this. So I wanted to share it because I just think it's really cool. And then, you know, you can just, this unhooks, you can slide your yarn off or on. This is the design that I got, and it glows in the dark. How adorable is that? Really cute. And then you just kind of attach sorry, I'm off camera there. Like that. Anyway, I just you know, they're in Tucson, Arizona, so they're kind of neighbors a little bit, not too close, but sort of neighbors. But yeah, they were really fun neighbors to have at the event, and I just absolutely love this. Like, I think I will be using this at a lot of events. I think if you see me at events, you know, you'll see me with this kind of knitting, because you can just stand, you can walk around. So I'll put the link to their website down below in the description, but I just thought this was the coolest thing, and so I wanted to share it. What else? So the next few weeks I already talked about. I'm going to be at H&H, which I cannot wait for, and then in June, actually no, once I get back from H&H, we do have trunk shows at 2 different yarn stores in Arizona. So May 11th we'll be at Birdhouse Yarns in Tucson, and then on May 26th, I think it is, we will be in Tempe Yarn and Fiber. May 25th, sorry. So Saturday, May 11th, Birdhouse Yarns in Tucson. Saturday, May 25th, we'll be at Tempe Yarn and Fiber. And so we're going to set up, you know, table with lots of yarn and fiber and Storyteller Stitchery fun stuff. And so if you are in the area in Arizona and you want to swing by and say hi, I would love to meet you. And you can have a look at some of the yarns and things and have a squish, and it's just always fun to meet other fiber artists. So yeah, we got those 2 trunk shows coming up. And then in June, we will be at Flagstaff at the Flag Wool and Fibre Festival. So that is June 1st and 2nd in Flagstaff. And then from there, we're going up to Estes Park Wool Market. And so we'll be at Estes Park. That is June 8th and 9th. And I'm definitely going to be taking some footage of these events and sharing them in future YouTube videos. The Estes Park one in particular, like before I ever moved to the US, so when I was still living in England and I was like early 20s, and I was just starting to get into knitting, and I really quickly went from knitting to spinning and dyeing. Like within a year, I went from starting knitting to being like fully obsessed with fiber arts of all these different things. And so anyway, I used to subscribe to Spin-Off magazine in England. I used to have it shipped over, and I remember reading, I'm pretty sure it was in Spin-Off magazine, I read about Estes Wool Market, and I remember saying to, you know, Paul at the time, like, I would love to go there. This is like on my bucket list. Like, I really, really want to go to Estes Wool Market. This just sounds so cool. Like in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, and all these fiber artists and vendors and, you know, animals. And so we got to go there 2 years ago for the first time. We visited, we got to, you know, walk around and like do some shopping and see the animals and like stay in Estes Park, which is just this magical place. Truly felt magical. And then this year I get to go and be a vendor, which is incredible, and like it just feels just so special and like a real like pinch me moment, you know, that I get to be there and be part of it and be a vendor and like be involved in the world of fiber arts. And I'm just really, really thankful and excited to be part of that. And so like all of the events that I go to, like I only apply to events that I genuinely want to be part of and that I'm excited for. And so like you know, every event I'm like, I'm so excited, but I legitimately am so excited. But like this like Estes Park Wool Market is one that just feels extra special to me, because it has that context of years and years of wanting to go and visit and now to be part of it. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up, and thank you for watching. If you are interested in seeing some of the fiber events that we're going to or have been to, including Arizona Fiber Festival, and then obviously Flag Wool and Estes Wool Market, things like that, as well as if you're just interested in seeing some of the projects I'm working on behind the scenes at Storyteller Stitchery, please do subscribe and like. It makes a huge difference to the channel and I appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that I've shared today. I'm sure I missed important details in some of the things, so let me know, and I will do my best to get another video uploaded next week and to get caught up on some of the videos that I'm recording. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.